Hi, this is JP from The Lights Over Arkham. Welcome to the second scenario of the Brethren of Ash campaign from the new Chapter 2 Arkham Horror LCG core box. We had 8 experience to upgrade our deck for Dexter Drake from the first scenario, and the upgrades are a level 5 Cosmic Flame, level 1 Mask of Silenus, and level 2 Sticky Fingers, which I changed into the deck. I replaced the level 0 Cosmic Flame, the Fedora, and the Painted Down Red event with the Sticky Fingers. So those are my upgrades, and in the setup of this scenario we put this stuff into play, I mean. So Dr. Henry Armitage is starting in play and doesn't take up an ally slot. At first I was thinking of adding Charisma to my deck, but as Dr. Henry Armitage doesn't take an ally slot in this scenario, we don't really need the Charisma yet. But it is good to know that in the last scenario he does take up an ally slot, so you might want to consider taking Charisma if you have earned Dr. Henry Armitage from the first scenario. During setup we also did everything, so we added 2 Cultist tokens to the Chaos bag. We shuffled the was it the Residents of Arkham, or it is the People of Arkham encounter set, so that was shuffled. One has been set aside here at random, and we mixed the rest with the Servant of the Flame enemy, and they have been dealt underneath these Arkham locations. So one is in Uptown, one Southside, one in French Hill, then one in Downtown and one in Northside, and also one in Waterfront District. So we have 6. I was almost saying that they are cultists, but they are People of Arkham, and also the Herald of Flame enemy. So those we need to find from this scenario, but first we will read the scenario text. So if you are interested in seeing the deck list, I will post the link into the video description, but I won't go into Arkham DB this time, just to show which changes I made, because I went through them already. So we are in scenario 2, Smoke and Mirrors. You follow Dr. Armitage back to his apartment. A veil of black smoke obscures the moon and stars as a warm breeze carries ash and embers through the familiar streets. I've had my suspicions that something foul is afoot. Several students have disappeared in the last few weeks, the head librarian tells you. All of them began to exhibit strange behaviors after attending a supposedly exclusive meeting of campus not long ago. They complained of horrible, incessant whispers and a strange bruise that suddenly appeared on their skin, and then they vanished. Fearing the worst, you ask him about your friend. They insisted we meet earlier today, he replies. They told me that an organization calling themselves the Brethren of Ash have been inviting students and vulnerable citizens to these strange assemblies. Your friend listed a number of individuals who attended, although it is unclear whether they were prospective recruits or loyal adherents. Before they left, your friend spoke of another meeting tonight, a gathering of all the faithful. I don't know why, but the thought of it fills me with an unutterable dread. And now your friend is gone, he says dourly. You resolve to interrogate the list of suspects and then meet at Wellness Diner in Easttown before midnight. The head librarian suggests you use a light touch rather than a more heavy-handed approach, which could alert the Cabal. However, you worry you will not have any other choice. So add 2 cultist tokens to the chaos bag for the remainder of the campaign. Proceed to setup. So, because we stayed and we saved the Miskatonic University, we put into play the Miskatonic University Quiet Campus instead of the other one, which we removed from the game. And we started at Miskatonic University and we added 1 Doom to the agenda per investigator. But we also placed 1 Doom because it took time for us to douse out the university. We put Dr. Armitage into play and we set these weaknesses out of play. Then we shuffle the encounter deck and we are ready to begin. And there's a strategy tip here. So time is short. During this scenario, investigators may either defeat suspects or trigger their codex entries to interview them. So what does the codex mean? Well, we might as well go through it briefly. So the codex was introduced first time to Arkham Horror LCG in the Feast of Hemlock Vale campaign, and it basically says that if some game trigger makes you read a codex entry, we will read it from these entries here. So there are some stipulations on how you do it, but you can read them by yourself. Other keywords that are introduced here are alert, aloof and elusive, which are all already appeared in Arkham Horror previously. Shortly, alert is if you fail to evade an enemy, it will attack you. Aloof means that you can't attack the enemy without first engaging it. And elusive is that when the enemy attacks, they will exhaust and move away 1 location. Also, if you hit them, they will move away and exhaust. So you have to chase them down, so to speak. But that is everything. So I think we are ready to begin. So without further delay, let's get started. Okay, and the last thing we do before we draw our hand is to read the agenda and act cards. So, Arkham Alive. An unnatural haze fills the streets of Arkham. Some of the locals say the hills west of Arkham are burning. Despite the cool autumn weather, the city streets feel unnaturally warm as evening falls. Action resign. You return to compare notes with Dr. Armitage on your friend's whereabouts. And the Doom threshold is 10. And reminder, we already start with 2 Doom on the clock. Ogre's Flame. You must find the whereabouts of the suspects on your friends list. Action: spend 2 clues as a group. Draw the face down card beneath your location. Objective: if there are a total of 6 elite enemies in the victory display and or under the act, advance. Hint: either defeat the suspects by force or resolve their codex entries to generate leads for your investigation. So we need to get clues and spend them to reveal these suspects and then interrogate them. So let's draw our opening hand and start going here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm hoping to see some upgrades immediately. And I do find the sticky fingers. I think I'll keep the second side and I will mulligan the rest. We want to find something to fight with. So the Necronomicon is mulliganed. Okay, too bad we don't have any ways to fight and we threw away the broken bottle, but it is what it is. Hopefully we can make do without those. Just a quick shuffle to the player deck before we start playing. And the goal here is to do the best we can and then resign or find everything. Then you don't have to resign. So first off, I think we have a victory point location here. So I will start by playing the... let's see if there's an ability here actually. So action, play a tome or spell asset from your discard pile, reducing its cost by 2, limit once per game. Can we get this into our discard in any way? We could investigate. Yeah, I think we'll take the risk here. It is actually a good way to save some cash early on. So first action, we'll try to investigate, and I will actually commit this to the test. Oh, and tokens are, skulls are minus X. X is the total number of elite enemies in the victory display and under the act. So it's 0 now. Cultist is minus 1. If this test is a test targeting an elite enemy, reveal another token. Tablets is minus 3. If you fail, place one of your clues onto your location. And Elder Thing is minus 1 for each clue you control. So we are investigating 3 versus 2 here. Minus 1, we actually get the clue. That's great. This goes into our discard, and we'll do the action to play it from our discard. So play a tome or spell asset from your discard pile, reducing its cost by 2. Now I have to check, after you play an asset, either return another non-story asset you control from your hand or play it different from your hand. So we don't need to play this from our hand to trigger the effect. That's great. We saved some resources. Let's charge this up, and now we can fast play something else. Oh, strategy because why I picked the sticky fingers into my deck. It is a fast asset to play, so I can play a fast asset, then play something else as a fast action. But for this, I will just play the spiritual intuition with the same play action. And that is everything we need to do here. So we might as well start moving, but where? Let's go see what's in Uptown first. So Uptown, Yelled Magic Shop. Well, that sounds like right up our alley. 3 shroud, 2 clues. Action, search the top 9 cards of your deck for a spell or ritual asset and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. If no card was added by this effect, draw to 1 card. So that's a good action for next round. And we have the second side ready, so we can single action investigate both of these. And now we can try to find some combat spell for us. But that is everything we ready up. We draw, well, we found the Cosmic Flame level 5, so we don't need to search for any more spells. But that is that round. No enemies will go to upkeep. We did upkeep, so we'll go to Mythos. We add a Doom. Encounter card is Raising Suspicions. Place 1 Doom on the nearest enemy with no Doom on it. If no Doom was placed by this effect, Raising Suspicions gains Search. So it searches. Arcane Lock. Attach Arcane Lock to your location, limit 1 per location. As an additional cost to enter or leave attached location, you must spend 1 action. Action test willpower or intellect 4. If you succeed, discard Arcane Lock. Okay, well, that doesn't slow us down at the moment. Okay, let's see here. I think we want to get these clues off first. So I'm using second sight to investigate. We are investigating 6 versus 3 because we have Dr. Henry Armitage in play. And it is a cultist. So unfortunately that means we will spend 1 to get both of these clues. We still succeed, but then if you reveal a cultist token during this test, remove 1 charge from second side if you cannot take 1 horror and discard this card. But we are down to 1 charge and we got the clue, so clues, so I think just to be sure here, second action I'll take a resource, and last action I'll play the Cosmic Flame level 5. This is just because we really want to be able to fight if something bad comes in the mythos phase, or we can't deal with the parling part of the suspect that will be revealed. We at the moment don't have to worry about the arcane lock. Really doesn't affect us that much at the moment. Actually, better yet, I'll take a resource, then I take a resource, play Sticky Fingers fast, and then I played the Cosmic Flame with my ability. So that's actually better. And because this is fast, and then we can play this Cosmic Flame fast. Both are assets, so that works. So everything done, we'll go to upkeep. We draw another copy of second sight. That's good to have just in case. And we gain a resource, and we'll go to the mythos phase. We add a doom. Encounter card is red herring. Ouch. Test book 2. This test gets +2 difficulty if you control 2 or more clues. If you fail, take 1 horror and place 1 of your clues onto your location. Well, that is annoying. We unfortunately control 2 or more clues. We are testing 3 versus 4. I won't be committing any cards to this test. It is really highly possible we are going to fail this. It is 0, so we fail. So we place 1 of our clues onto the location. That's still okay. And we take 1 horror, and we'll take it on Dexter. Okay, well, no enemies yet, so we first action will spend 2 clues here and check what kind of suspect we will find from uptown. And it is Naomi O'Banion. So Naomi O'Banion has 4 fight, 5 health, 2 evade, humanoid, syndicate, elite, retaliate. After you fail a skill test while fighting this enemy, it attacks you. And action, spend 1 resource, parlay. And we read book the number 3 entry from the codex. So I will do the action, so we will parlay. And we spend 1 resource, and we read number 3 here. Naomi O'Banion. The O'Banion Kingpin is hardly interested in your questions, though she is more than willing to off anything that's giving you trouble for a price. You'll need to grease a few more palms if you plan to get any information out of her. You may choose a non-humanoid enemy at any location, automatically defeat the chosen enemy. We don't have any enemies in play, so that doesn't work. Place 1 resource from the token pool on Naomi O'Banion as a lead. If there are 1 per investigator leads on her, continue reading. So we have 1, so we can read it further. Naomi tosses her head back in a full-throated laugh when you mention the Brethren of Ash. Those kooks, I don't know them, but two of my guys found a pair of them sniffing around one of our gin joints. There was something real strange about them, like they weren't all there, and it wasn't cause of giggle water, I'll tell you. She takes a long drag of her glove cigarette. You ask where they were found, and she blows a thick cloud of smoke in your face. Like hell, I gonna tell you about my business. Now get lost. You have successfully interrogated this suspect. Place Naomi O'Banion beneath the act. Okay, well that's one down. 5 more to go. So I'm just going to put these here, like so. Because putting them underneath here is a bit hard, so I'll keep the suspects there and the victory display somewhere else. So we still have one action, so I think I'll try to get this clue from here with the second sight. So I'm investigating 6 versus 3. Or okay, yeah, I'll worry about the arcane lock next round. It is a cultist, but we succeed. And we have to get rid of one of these, but it still doesn't discard because we still could remove one token from there. And that is our turn. We ready up. We draw broken bottle. And we gain a resource. And that is that round. We'll go to the next round. We are on 5 of 10 doom. The encounter card is a whippoorwill. And whippoorwills are aloof, and we can just basically ignore it for now. I think we will just move out of here and spend 1 extra action and ignore the arcane lock. We really don't need to come back here anymore. So we find south side, 2 shroud, 2 clues. Double action investigators at this location draw a combined total of 3 cards divided as they choose. Group limit once per round. I will actually skip this location because we can't investigate both of the clues this round, and the whippoorwill will start coming this way. So I'll do the second move and go to French Hill. 4 shroud, 2 clues. Action: choose and discard 1 card from your hand. Place 1 charge or secret on an asset you control. Limit once per round. So that's actually great for next round. So we can recharge our second sight here in French Hill. And enemy phase, the whippoorwill will hunt over here. And upkeep, we will ready, draw manual dexterity and gain a resource. And we'll go to the next round. Mythos phase, we add a doom. And the encounter card is Aerial Pursuit. The nearest non-elite enemy moves once towards your location. If it engages an investigator, it makes an immediate attack. So the whippoorwill just moves here. And this searches. And we find the bat horror. Elusive hunter. Okay. Well, a lot of stuff happening here. I think first action, we'll try to investigate with the... Do we want to investigate with the second sight? No. Okay, first action, I will do this, and choose and discard 1 card. I'll discard the broken bottle to add 1 charge here. And we don't suffer an attack of opportunity because of Dr. Henry Armitage. Second action, we will attack the bat horror with our cosmic flame. So we are attacking 6, 7, 8, -1, so 7 versus 3, which is good enough. Cultists, -1 if this is test targeting an elite enemy, reveal another token. Well, it's not elite, so now we deal +1 damage already, and we can spend a charge to deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location. So I will do that, because we can target the whippoorwill with this. So this is gone, and this enemy suffers 2 damage, and also because it's elusive, it moves here and exhausts. So we basically got rid of 2 enemies from our back with 1 spell, and that feels good. Last action, we will investigate here, and I will commit the guts. We are 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 4. Eight versus 4, we succeed, nothing bad happens. We'll use the charge to gain both of these. And we also draw a card from the guts, and we find the Necronomicon. Well, that sucks. It bumps one of our spells out, so second side is gone. Revelation. I haven't actually encountered this before when playing Dexter. So, Revelation, put the Necronomicon into play in your threat area. It cannot leave play except by the action ability. You cannot play assets or trigger abilities on other assets you control. Action, test willpower 5. If you succeed, discard the Necronomicon. If you fail, shuffle it into your deck and take 1 horror. So we need to get rid of that next round, and also try to get the second sight into play. But I think we are still okay here. So we end our round, so we ready up. That enemy readies up there. And we draw Lucky Cigarette Case, and we gain a resource. And we go to the next round. We add a Doom. We are 7 versus 10 Doom here. Encounter card is Downpour. Test Agility 3. For each point you fail by, you must either lose 1 action or place 1 of your clues on your location. Well, I'm going to commit manual dexterity to this test. I think I can also commit the prestidigitation. Actually, no, we can cheat this into play with this. So yeah. Okay. Before that, we need to get rid of the Necronomicon. So, where's the bag here? We are testing 5 versus 3. Hopefully we succeed on this. It is a 0, so that's done. We draw a card from the manual dexterity. It is an emergency cache, which might be useful. This is unfortunately not a spell or ritual card, so this only boosts 1 per resource, but that's okay. I will spend 2 resources to do this test, so we are 6, 7, 8 versus 5. I think I'll commit the Lucky Cigarette Case, so 9 versus 5. It is a 0, so we pass. We discard the Necronomicon. Oh yeah, we need more resources for this. I totally forgot we need to have... it is only basically 2 discount for the other card. So we need to have 3... Well, let's see. I have a emergency cash in hand. So that was our first action. Second action, we'll play the emergency cash. Then we'll play this fast. Pay 2 for second sight. And when your turn ends, return an item asset you control to your hand. Joke's on you. Joke's on me. I can't play the second side with this because it's not an item. Read the cards, it will explain the cards. So backsies. We don't really need that, so we had one resource left. So we got rid of the Necronomicon, so we might as well use 2 clues here and check what's underneath here. Oh, it's the Servant of Flame. So 4 fight, 5 health, 4 evade. Elusive Hunter Retaliate. Forced when Servant of Flame is defeated, we read Codex entry. Okay, that changes things quite a bit. Well, it's elusive, so we will use the Cosmic Flame to attack it. We are attacking 6 versus 4, 8 versus 4 because of the level 5 Cosmic Flame. -2. Do we need to... We deal 2 damage. Let's not spend any tokens yet, so this just elusive goes here. And that is our turn. Enemy phase. This enemy moves in, hits us for 1 and 1. Dr. Henry Armitage can tank, and elusive runs away. And we ready up. We draw that one and gain a resource. These have readied. And we add a doom. Encounter card is Eager for Death. Test willpower 2. Increase this difficulty test by 1 for each damage on you, so it's a difficulty 3. We are testing 3 versus 6 versus 3. I'll commit one of these. They're useless. I don't have any items. 7 versus 3. -3. We succeed, so nothing happens. Okay, we will move here, so both of these will engage. Now we have a chance to clear both of these away. I'm putting Henry Armitage down here while I don't have another ally to save some space here. So we will first try to hit the Servant of Flame. We are 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 4. That's plenty. It is a +1. We'll spend 1 charge to deal 3 damage, which will defeat the Servant of Flame. And we read the Codex entry, which is here. Your nemesis lies incapacitated at your feet. The flames that cloaked them has died out, though their robes are miraculously unsigned. Any attempts to remove their mask are fruitless. You will need to wait for them to regain consciousness if you want to discover who they are. You wonder how many victims their blood-spattered sickle has claimed. Perhaps it would be better to finish them off here and now, to avoid future bloodshed. No one else has to know. The investigators must decide. Choose one. We can't risk letting them hurt others. They're too dangerous to be left alive. Add the Servant of Flame to the victory display. Each investigator draws 3 cards, or hold them for questioning later tonight. Place the Servant of Flame beneath the act. Each investigator gains 1 clue from the token pool. I'll pick the clue choice, so we get 1 clue. Servant of the Flame goes here. And last action, we will attack this Bat Horror with the Cosmic Flame. 8 versus 3. -1. The Bat Horror is defeated. Okay, I noticed some mic malfunction there, so my mic ran out of battery. So there's a around 10-minute section that has bad audio, so sorry about that, but hopefully now I had a chance to recharge it a bit, so hopefully it lasts until the end. So we just defeated the Bat Horror. That was our last action for this round, so we ready up. We draw Soul Link and gain a resource, and we'll go to the next round. So we are at 9 of 10 Doom. The encounter card is Red Herring. It is a test of 4. I don't want to fail this, so we are testing 3 versus 4. I'll commit Soul Link for the test. We'll take 1 horror. We are 6 versus 4. Hopefully that's enough. It is a +1, so that's enough. We don't lose any clues or anything like that, so that's good. We can keep the momentum going. I think I will spend the 2 clues here. Check this suspect out. It is Abigail Foreman. Aloof. This enemy does not automatically engage investigators at its location. Parlay test book X, where X is the number of clues on Abigail Foreman's location. If you succeed, place 1 clue from the token pool on Abigail Foreman's location. Okay, and we read number 5. Okay, that's a weird one, but it is aloof, so we can do this. So we'll get a resource and play down the second side. We could play another second side or return another one into hand. We'll return Sticky Fingers to our hand. And yeah, we need charges onto the second side. And that is our turn. We ready up. We draw Syndicate Obligations. Revelation puts Syndicate Obligations in the play in your threat area. After you spend 1 or more resources, take 1 damage. Double action, discard Syndicate Obligations. Well, that's good that we got the second side into play. But if we spend any resources for Spiritual Intuition, that will trigger that, so we probably want to avoid that. So we add a Doom. It is 10 Doom threshold, so we advance. Growing Flames. And each you've done your best to ignore becomes unbearable. Pulling back your sleeve reveals a patch of peeling grey skin. Gingerly, you scratch the dead skin to reveal a smooth scar, almost as though you were branded. The scar resembles a hand with an unblinking eye inset into it. touching it gives you a warm, heady feeling, like being drunk. One at a time, each investigator draws one copy of the set-aside Mark of Elokos's weakness. Each investigator is now the bearer of that weakness. Add that card to that investigator's deck, ignoring deck building restrictions. It does not count towards investigator deck size. And we have Emergent Evils, 8 Doom Threshold. Steam rises off the wet pavement, as though the ground beneath it were actually burning. Action resign. You return to compare notes with Dr. Armitage on your friend's whereabouts. Okay, and we got this weakness. So, Mark of Elokos. Revelation, put Mark Elokos into play in your threat area force. When your turn ends, take 1 damage. Assign that damage to an asset you control if able. Double action, discard Mark of Elokos. So we have 2 double action weaknesses in play now, which sucks. But it is what it is, so we draw an encounter card. Crossfire, test agility 3. If you fail, each investigator at your location takes 1 damage. I think that's okay to fail. We are testing, I'm going to commit this, so we are testing 4 versus 3. -3, we still fail, so we'll take 1 damage. I'll take it on myself. Okay, we'll double action get rid of Mark of Elokos. And last action we'll investigate with second sight. We are 6 versus 2. -4, we succeed. We'll spend 1 to gain both clues. That is our turn, we ready up. We draw Jim Culver. And we gain a resource. We add a Doom. Encounter card is another Bat Horror. Okay, well, first action we will use the Cosmic Flame to bump it away from us. So 8 versus 3, -2. Not going to spend a charge, so we'll just deal 2 and put it here. So we'll do the double action and get rid of this one. So quite fast turns, but those weaknesses slowed us down. So we go to upkeep. We get paint the town red and gain a resource. We add a Doom. We get Downpour. Agility 3. For each point you fail by, you must either lose 1 action or place 1 of your clues on your location. We'll commit Sticky Fingers and I will just we'll commit Sticky Fingers to the test. No. We'll commit Paint the Town Red to the test. -1. We succeed. That's good. Okay. First action I'll play Emergency Cash. Then I will fast play Sticky Fingers and Jim Culver. Just sliding Armitage here. Okay, so we got 3 resources. We spent 1 for Sticky Fingers, 4 for Jim Culver. Now we'll do the parlay. Number of clues on Abigail Foreman's location, it is 0. So we are parlaying -3. We succeed because we are testing against 0. So we get to read entry 5. So place one clue from the token pool onto the location. And we read Codex entry 5. The junior librarian waves your question away as she pulls several more tomes off the shelf. The only way to pull her away from her work might be to help her find whatever she's looking for. Draw one card. And we get guts. Place one resource from the token pool on Abigail Foreman as a lead. If there are one lead per investigator on her, continue reading, otherwise any investigator may trigger this codex again. So we place one here and continue reading. Abigail slumps back in a lavish armchair with a sigh. I've been looking for any information on the Brethren of Ash since my roommate went missing last week. Thankfully I found this. She opens up a thin volume with a delicate inlay of a birch tree with flowering eyes on the cover. Inside are many disturbing drawings of violent sacrifice, victims burned alive, and strange inhuman symbols arrayed in odd patterns. Rather macabre, don't you think? Abigail says Abigail. It appears to be written in Akkadian. Unfortunately, it will take weeks to translate with the entire ancient language department away on an expedition. Egypt this time. I'm sorry, I couldn't be more help. She says, pressing her hand on to the book cover. You have successfully interrogated this suspect. Place Abigail Foreman beneath the act. Okay, so we have done 3 of the 6 suspects. Now, we don't want to stick here because the bat horror will hunt us down, so we'll move to Merchant District. And Merchant District, 3 shroud, 1 clue. During your turn, if there are exactly 1 or 2 investigators in the game, move to a connecting location, limit once per round. So we'll use that to move to Waterfront District. 1 shroud, 1 clue, and a victory point. As an additional cost to investigate Waterfront District, you must spend 1 action. That's okay. And enemy phase. This enemy hunts over here. Upkeep. We draw Cloak of Resonance and gain a resource. And we'll go to the Mythos phase, add a Doom, draw an encounter card, Flash Flood, attach Flash Flood to your location. Attached location gets +4 shroud. Force when the round ends, discard Flash Flood. Okay. I think we will just first action spend these 2 clues to look what's underneath here. It is Cornelia Ackley. Alert, and after you successfully evade Cornelia Ackley, ready her and read entry number 2. Okay, well, this is a bit of a pickle here. Evading her is a bit of a chore with our 3 agility. We could draw a card. She will hit us for 1. We could just kill her off. Three versus 3, not good odds. Okay, well, think we are going to fight this one out, so I'm using the Cosmic Flame against her. We are 9 versus 3. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 versus 3. And I'm going to commit guts to the test, so 10 versus 3. And this is because I'm hoping to draw into manual dexterity or something. Elder thing is -1 for each clue you control with it. It is 0. So we succeed, we draw a card, Cloak of Resonance, and we deal 2 damage. Well, last action, we will fight again with Cosmic Flame. -1, we defeat her. So we don't get to read the codex entry, but we'll put this into the victory display here. Enemy phase, this bat horror will hunt over here. Upkeep, this goes away. We draw Lucky Cigarette Case and gain a resource. We add a Doom, encounter card is Crossfire. I think we are failing this, so 3 versus 3. -4, we'll take 1 damage. I'm actually going to put it on Jim Culver. We exhaust Jim Culver and draw a card. Wheel of the Cosmos. Okay. Well, I could leave this location behind, because now I have the chance to clear it later with this. So place 1 Doom on a player card you control, then discover 1 clue at your location and 1 clue at another revealed location. So I'm going to just leave and move up to East Town. 2 Shroud, 1 clue. After discover the last clue from East Town, search your deck for an ally asset and play it, paying its cost. Shuffle your deck, limit once per game. We don't have an ally slot ready. Then I will move to Downtown. 4 Shroud, 2 clues. And after you discover 1 or more clues at this location, heal 1 horror from an investigator or ally asset you control. Or at this location, actually. So this is a victory point location, so of course last action I will investigate using second sight. We can commit 1 of these, so we are 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 4. -2. I will spend 1 here from here to grab these 2 clues. Enemy phase. This enemy hunts over here. Upkeep. We draw Soul Link and gain a resource. And we'll go to the Mythos phase. And we add 1 Doom. Encounter card is Rogue Gangster. Hunter, prey, most resources, retaliate, forced. After Rogue Gangster engages, you lose 1 resource. If you cannot, it attacks you. Well, eat Cosmic Flame. Actually, we can do our first action without provoking attacks of opportunity, so before anything else I'll spend these clues to look at this. And we find Margaret Liu, aloof, After you succeed at a skill test by 2 or more at the market Lu's location, we read entry number 6. So that actually works out great, because now we can just Cosmic Flame this to bits and trigger that ability. We will actually soul link this. Take a horror on Jim Culver, exhaust, draw a card, spare Cosmic Link. We are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 against 3. Elder Sign. You may return a non-story asset at your location to its owner's hand. We'll return the Sticky Fingers. And we'll remove 1 charge to deal 3 damage. And we get to read entry 6. Margaret Liu. So, Margaret Liu, one of the most well-known lounge singers in town, is fully engrossed in her performance. You may have to get creative to catch her attention. Look at the top card of the encounter deck, you may discard it. Arcane Lock. Yeah, it slows us down. We'll discard it. We might get an enemy, but it is what it is. Place 1 resource from token pool on Margaret Liu as a lead, and then we continue reading. We'll do that. You attempt to get Mrs. Liu's attention. Your attempts to get Miss Liu's attentions are more than effective, and soon you find yourself backstage with her undivided attention. I must say I was very impressed at your little performance, she says. But why are you really here? The lounge singer carefree smile vanishes at the mention of the Brethren of Ash. I don't know who they are, and I don't care to, she says. I was headed home a week ago when I was accosted by 2 men in, and I must emphasize this, the ugliest robes you'll ever see. They had the strangest symbol on the hood, she says, then scribes a crude sigil on a napkin. It resembles a hand with an inset eye. You ask her what happened next, and she nods to the bruises at the door. Antonio scared them off. I haven't seen them since. You have successfully interrogated this suspect. Place Margaret Liu beneath the act. So 5 of 6. We have only 1 left. We could actually do this. Last action, we'll move to this location. And it is north side, 3 shroud, 2 clues. Spend 5 resources, discover 1 clue from any revealed Arkham location, limit once per round. We could get the Waterfront District clue with that also. Enemy phase. This enemy hunts over here. Upkeep. We draw Broken Bottle, gain a resource. We'll go to 6 of 8 Doom. Encounter card is a Whippoorwill. Okay. Now, the last could be this retired police officer, with which we might be easier to fight off against. So, if I do the Cosmic Flame reveal and we fight, we are at 7 Doom, and then we will go over. So I think better plan is to wait out for 1 round. We'll second sight this location and commit lucky cigarette case to the test. So we are 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 3. No, we don't need that. 7 versus 3 is enough. 0. We'll spend 1 charge to get both of these. We'll spend them immediately to look at who's behind curtain number, is it 6? And it is the Sergeant Earl Monroe. Oh, it's elusive. Okay, well, that's good enough. So he's elusive, but also there's parlay test. Combat 4, decrease the difficulty of this test by 1 for each damage on Sergeant Monroe. If you succeed, we read number 4. But I will second action Cosmic Flame. We are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 versus 3. That's good enough. -1 will deal 2 damage, and Monroe is elusive, so we'll exhaust and move to the connecting location, empty if possible. Last action we'll move and try to catch up. Enemy phase, this enemy hunts over here. Upkeep this guy readies. We draw another Jim Culver and gain a resource, and round 7 doom out of 8, so this is definitely the last round. Encounter card is Flash Flood, doesn't affect us at all. That's great. Oh yeah, this whippoorwill moved here. I forgot to count that, but we succeeded either way. So we could try to do the we'll actually try the parlay, because we are 2 against 2, so we go 4 against 2, and 5, 6, 7 against 2. We don't need to. 6 against 2 is enough with the spiritual intuition. We'll add 1 more because the whippoorwill is here, so now we're 4 up. -3. We succeed to parlay. So we read entry number 4. So that was our first action. Sergeant Earl Monroe. At the mention of the Brethren of Ash, the police officer brandishes his nightstick and tells you that you'd best stick your nose somewhere else. You brace yourself for a fight. Heal 1 damage. Nice. Place 1 resource from the token pool on Sergeant Monroe as a lead, and we get to read onward. Eventually Monroe relents. All right, the officer spits some blood as he nurses a bruised cheek. There were a few of them who came to me after we logged the 3rd disappearance. They insisted the folks who disappeared did so willingly. When I said I still wasn't convinced, they took me to one of their meetings out near the docks. There was something real screwy about the whole affair. Something wrong with their eyes, like they were hypnotized or something. The officer looks away in regret. They paid me to keep quiet. I'm not proud of it. Don't tell anyone about this. I promise I'll keep the straight and narrow from now on. You have successfully interrogated this suspect. Place Sergeant Earl Monroe beneath the act. Okay, so if there are a total of 6 elite enemies in the victory display and or under act advance, we unfortunately should have done the cosmic flame beforehand. So let's say I was thinking that we may choose to advance, but we have to advance because it doesn't say so. So first action for this round, we did the Will of the Cosmos. So we added one Doom to a card we own. Then we grabbed this clue and a clue from our location. Then we did the parlay, so we don't miss out on this, because I was intending to do that, but I forgot I have to advance when I have found all 6. Back to Velma's. Your search has turned up some interesting results. With all that you've learned, you and Dr. Armitage should have enough clues to find your friend's whereabouts. You hail a cab back to Easttown to discuss your findings. Resolution 1. So, you hail a cab bound for Easttown and reflect on all that you learned. Despite their attempts to hide their true identity, you've sussed out the real culprit. You only hope the information you gathered is enough to save your missing friend. In your campaign log record, the investigators discovered the cult's whereabouts. Reveal the enemy from the Peoples of Arkham encounter set that was set aside at the beginning of the game. This is the Harbinger of Elokos. In your campaign log record, character's name in the Harbinger of Elokos. So it is David Renfield, the former Mystic ally. Then check which enemies are in the victory display and are under the act when the scenario ended, and update your campaign log. If the Servant of Flame enemy is in the victory display, record the investigator's kill the Servant of Flame. If there are 6 elite enemies under the act, record the investigator's card Arkham for answers. And if there are 6 elite enemies in the victory display, record the investigator's stirred up trouble. So we don't record any of these because Servant of Flame is not in the victory display. There are 6 elite enemies under the act. There are only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 is in the victory display. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display, along with 1 bonus experience for each enemy beneath the act when the scenario ended. If the Servant of Flame enemy was beneath the act when the scenario ended, proceed to Resolution 2. So we proceed there. On your way to meet Dr. Armitage, you ask the cab to swing by to the secure location where you kept your unconscious nemesis. The smell of smoke greets you as you enter, and the floors are black with soot. Despite your best efforts, the ghoulish figure escaped capture. The handcuffs you used to secure the servant were smashed, not melted or otherwise tampered with, suggesting that they had help in their escape. In your campaign log record, the Servant of Flame escaped. Each investigator earns 1 bonus experience. Proceed to Scenario 3, Queen of Ash. So we received 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 experience from this scenario. And that's a good result, in my opinion. Okay, we did pretty well. Can't lie. Yeah, in my first play of this scenario, I was playing two-handed, and we got 4, I think. So we missed 2, but this went really well, and we got some good lucky breaks here and there. So that is everything this time. I'll update my deck and head to Scenario 3, Queen of Ash. So hope you guys like this playthrough. Thanks for watching, and until next time.